Have you ever felt like you don't quite belong? Like the world around you is just a little bit off? Well, get ready for a story that takes that feeling to a whole new level. This is the baffling case of the man who came from a country that doesn't exist. Our story begins on a seemingly ordinary day in July 1954 at Haneda Airport in Tokyo, Japan. A well-dressed, middle-aged Caucasian man steps up to the customs desk. He looks like any other international businessman, tired from a long flight but professional. He presents his passport to the immigration officer. The officer glances at it, then does a double take. The passport looks completely authentic. It has official-looking stamps, including previous entry stamps for Japan and other countries. But there's one massive problem. The country of issue is listed as Taured. The customs officers are stumped. They've never heard of a country called Taured. They pull out a world map and ask the man to point to his homeland. Without hesitation, he points to the area between France and Spain. But the country located there isn't Taured, it's the Principality of Andorra. When the officers explain this to him, the man becomes agitated, almost offended. He insists that Andorra doesn't exist and that his country, Taured, has been there for over 1,000 years. He argues, his voice rising with frustration, claiming that this must be some kind of elaborate, unfunny joke. He can't understand why his country isn't on their map. The situation escalates. The man is fluent in several languages, including Japanese, French, and German, which adds to his credibility. He's carrying currency from various European countries in his wallet. He even has a checkbook from a bank that no one has ever heard of, and a driver's license issued by the non-existent nation of Taured. He claims to be in Japan for a business meeting with a major Japanese company, but when the authorities contact the company he named, they're met with more confusion. The company representatives confirm they have dealings with a subsidiary that he mentioned, but they have no record of this man or any meetings scheduled with him. The hotel he claims to have a reservation with has never heard of him either. Now, the authorities are deeply suspicious. Is he a spy? A criminal with an incredibly elaborate fake identity? Or is he simply delusional? Unsure of what to do, they decide to detain him for further questioning. They place him in a hotel room near the airport, but this isn't just any hotel room. It's on a high floor of the building with no balcony and only one window that can't be opened. To ensure he doesn't escape, 2 armed guards are posted outside the door for the entire night. They are under strict orders not to let him out of their sight. The next morning, the authorities go to retrieve him. They knock on the door. No answer. They knock again. Louder this time. Still silence. The guards confirm that no one has entered or left the room all night. Finally, they use their key to unlock the door and swing it open. The room is empty. The man from Taured has vanished. The window is still sealed shut from the inside. The guards at the door are adamant that no one passed them. It's as if he simply evaporated into thin air, but the mystery doesn't end there. All of his personal belongings, which had been confiscated by airport security for investigation, his passport, his driver's license, his strange checkbook, have also disappeared from the locked security office at the airport. There is no trace that the man from Taured ever existed. So, what happened? How could a man, and all evidence of his existence, simply vanish from a guarded room? This is where the theories begin, and they get pretty wild. The most popular and mind-bending theory is the idea of a parallel universe or an alternate dimension. Proponents of this theory suggest that the man from Taured accidentally slipped through a glitch in reality. In his universe, the country between France and Spain is called Taured, not Andorra. For a brief period, his reality and ours intersected, stranding him in a world that was almost identical to his own, but with one crucial difference. And just as mysteriously as he arrived, he might have slipped back into his own dimension, taking all traces of his visit with him. This idea taps into the fascinating concept of the multiverse, where infinite parallel worlds exist, each with slight variations. Was this a rare, documented case of someone crossing over? Another, slightly more grounded theory suggests a time travel element. Could the man have been a traveler from the future? Perhaps from a future where geopolitical boundaries have shifted and a nation called Taured now occupies the land we know as Andorra. This could explain his confusion and the authenticity of his documents, which might be standard issue in his time. But it doesn't quite explain his sudden disappearance. Unless his time travel device had a recall function that pulled him back, leaving no evidence behind. Of course, there are more skeptical explanations. The most common one is that the entire story is a hoax or an urban legend. It's a compelling tale, but concrete, verifiable evidence is notoriously hard to find. The story often appears in books and websites about the paranormal and unexplained mysteries, but primary sources like official police reports or news articles from 1954 are missing. It's possible the story was embellished over time, starting from a minor misunderstanding at customs and evolving into this grand mystery through retellings. Maybe a traveler made a simple mistake, or a customs officer misheard a name, and the legend grew from there. Some skeptics propose that the man was a con artist or a spy with a very sophisticated cover story. His disappearance could have been a planned extraction. Perhaps he had accomplices who managed to get him out of the hotel room, bypassing the guards in a way that seemed impossible. This would require incredible skill and planning, but it's not entirely outside the realm of possibility for a highly trained operative. The disappearance of his documents from the security office could have been part of this coordinated effort to erase all traces of his identity. There's also the possibility of a psychological breakdown. Could the man have been suffering from a rare delusion, genuinely believing he was from a country that didn't exist? His conviction and frustration would have been very real to him. In this scenario, his disappearance might be a more mundane event that was sensationalized. He could have found a way to escape that was overlooked, or perhaps the story of his vanishing was added later to make the account more dramatic. But none of these skeptical theories feel quite as satisfying as the idea of a visitor from another reality. The Man from Taured story resonates with us because it touches on a deep-seated human curiosity about the unknown. It challenges our understanding of the world and reality itself. It makes us wonder, what if? What if there are other worlds just beyond our perception? What if, for a fleeting moment, the veil between them can be lifted? The case remains officially unsolved, a tantalizing piece of modern folklore that blurs the line between fact and fiction. Without any physical evidence or official documentation, we are left to speculate. Was he a lost traveler from a parallel dimension? A time traveler out of place? An incredibly clever spy? Or simply the subject of a tall tale that has captivated imaginations for decades? The story of the Man from Taured is a perfect glitch in the Matrix moment. It's a reminder that the world might be far stranger and more mysterious than we think. It's a puzzle with no solution, and that's precisely what makes it so enduring. What do you believe happened? Did he find his way back to his home country of Taured, a place that exists only on his passport and in his memory? Or is the truth something far simpler, lost to time? Let me know your theories down in the comments. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the unexplained. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries. See you next time.